Welcome back, Patriots, to the Ball Brad Show. It is Monday, June 10th, and Joe Biden. Good old Joey, the geriatric, the puppet, the child sniffer, the guy that hits a golf ball backwards, falls up a flight of stairs, looks for dead people in the crowd, is conversing with dead people. I still can't wrap my head around this one. The guy sees dead people, and he's hearing them. These folks have been passed away for 40 years, and Joey's fully seeing them and hearing them. He's also taking photos with people at events that were never there in the first place. Let that one sink in. He's taking photos with people that were never there, not even in the same state. Joe Biden fights with his teleprompter each and every day, and as y'all know in the live chat right now, which, baby, we are live right now, Joe Biden has lost every single time against his teleprompter. Let that one sink in. The teleprompter's kicking his ass. Joe Biden is by far the worst president in American history. Patriots, it's great being back with you on this fun Monday morning. And boy, oh boy, we are live, folks. I kept the promise. Woke up early. Folks, we got a show prepared for you. Look at all those tabs open up there. Look at all those tabs. I hope you're ready. I hope you got your cup of coffee, folks, because we're going in it, so buckle up. A hell of a weekend. How was all of your weekend? I'm going to do a quick weekend recap if you guys are interested in something like that. And then we're going to jump into the news of the day because, damn, there is a lot of stuff and there's a lot of damage that the Democrat Party is doing to this great country of ours. So Saturday, went to a birthday party for a 1-year-old, which was kind of dope. And then on Sunday, there's this place in Seal Beach, California, which is extremely close to where I live, but also where I grew up. And there's this couple named Frank and Jen that have this store right there on the beach that is patriotic. They have pro-Trump stuff. They have F. Joe Biden flags. We did a show on it yesterday. And I went down there and was fortunate enough to meet them. And again, if you didn't see yesterday's episode, I highly recommend you check it out. This is Frank and Jen, and they were kind enough to put the book on display, folks, right when you walk in the store. You can't miss it. It is right there. I gifted them a free copy of the book. These are true patriots here. Their shop is called Beachin, Beachin, and they are going viral on social media right now because they have camera footage of these liberals coming into their store and completely getting triggered by all the Trump stuff. You got Make America Surf Again, Make America Great Again, God Save America. I mean, the amount of merch that this store has is astonishing, and it's good stuff. It is good merch, and I highly recommend you check it out. Again, we did a video on it. Here they are again. We talked to them for like 30 minutes. As you can see, they got Trump down there by my booty, but phenomenal couple. And like I said, they let me come in and sell a bunch of t-shirts, which is really cool. I got to talk their ear off and check them out. They got an online store. They were just showcased. I think it was on DC News that has like 500,000 views for them triggering a bunch of liberals, which is hilarious. It's so funny. They do a Karen of the month. So they got these Karens that come in and these crazy liberals that just lose their mind. And then the community gets to vote on who's the most insane Karen, and they get a free t-shirt. Meaning the Karen, they can come in and pick up their Karen of the Month t-shirt. It's phenomenal. I thought I would share that with all of you. Supporting patriots, local community, that is what we're all about. And with that being said, hopefully you guys had a lovely weekend. If you're into that weekend roundup type of stuff on what the hell do I do in my free time, let me know. More than happy to share with all you fine patriots. Hit that like and subscribe button. Leave us a comment down below, folks, if you are enjoying this. Again, we are live. Now, speaking of the weekend, Joe Biden is at it again, you guys. I don't know what he's doing here. I don't know if Joe Biden is looking for dead people, figuring out what the hell to do. But here is Joe Biden once again, confused.
Mr. President, thank you. At the end of such a momentous event, the word thank you seems kind of inadequate. But for all the millions whose lives will be saved, For the communities where life will be transformed, thank you.
The camera guy, the camera guy's confused. He's like, where did Joe go? You know, the director's in his ear just screaming, get Joe, capture Joe. Joe just leaves. Joe just leaves. He doesn't know what to do. And you know why he reached in his coat pocket, right? He reached for that card that has the directions on, like, go to the podium, breathe, try not to die. Look at
but
this.
For all the millions whose lives will be saved,
watch
for the
camera
communities
guy.
Where life will be transformed, thank you.
Where the hell did he go? Where's Joe? Joe? You guys, they are briefed on this. It's not like he's going on stage not knowing what to do. He is briefed in detail, line by line, of exactly what's going to happen, which part of the stage he goes on, to the point where now the Secret Service is having to kind of give him directions on where to go. And he's doing one of these, you know what I mean? Like, remember how he's shaking dead people's hands, just like pointing to a bunch of people that aren't even there? And by the way, even if he is pointing at the crowd, there's nobody there either. The dude can't fill a freaking basement, an empty parking lot. It's insane. It just, again, over the weekend, here he is. Let me know if you can figure out what the hell Joe Biden's talking about.
That we become semi-isolationists now, which some are talking about. I mean, the idea we had to wait all those months just to get the money for Iraq, because we were waiting. I mean, it's not who we are. It's not who America is.
Get the money for Iraq? Joe, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, Joe? And you know what? We haven't played in a while, you guys. Joe Biden's off his rocker. He's not there. His foreign policy sucks. He's led a massive invasion at the southern border. He's created millions of jobs, you guys. It's not jobs in America. No, it's jobs in other countries like the cartel, sex trafficking, child trafficking, drug trafficking. And Democrats love this stuff. They love the crime happening and rising in your cities. They love the homeless encampments that are rising and encapsulating your cities. They love all those things to the point where they want Joe Biden for 4 more years. He can't believe it. He goes, you want 4 more years? Jesus. Oh, we haven't played it in a while. Oh, I know Pat finds it cringe. And yes, Patty was talking about Iraq when I think he meant Ukraine. No idea. Joe doesn't even know what the hell he's talking about. But that was Joe Biden's gaffes of the weekend. And you guys, there's a lot more. I just pulled a few kind of just, lead the show with, because I find it hilarious that Joe Biden can't find his way off a freaking stage. But yet the Democrats want this guy to run the country. Joe Biden can't find his way off of a stage, and they want him to run this country. Okay. Well, speaking of Joe Biden's terrible foreign policy and things that's happening across the globe, well, we got some good news here where Israel was able to locate and find and rescue 4 hostages in raids. So these 4 hostages were abducted by Hamas terrorists from Supernova Music Festival on October 7th, and they were rescued by Israel Defense Forces on Saturday morning. So here's the 4 people, and one of them I recognized, which was the girl, because there was footage of her on the back of a motorcycle being abducted and taken as a hostage by Hamas. And I was astounded to hear that these 4 people are still alive, that Israel went in and was able to save them. They seem like they were in good spirits. And here's the IDF spokesperson talking about this statement, which is a big W for everybody, not just the United States, but specifically Israel. And I'll tell you why in just one moment. So they have some footage here of this father. God, I'm going to try not break into tears when I see this. The father seeing his daughter for the first time. And just what an unbelievable moment to know that your daughter is safe and sound and back where you want her. And speaking of that, talk about a freaking photo op for Coca-Cola. Here's the daughter and father having a nice Coca-Cola right when she's rescued. I mean, if that's not a product placement, I don't know what is. I'm not saying I'm a big fan of Coke. I mean, Coke Zero is pretty good. But here she is. And here's the video I was speaking of. And I always get kind of worried about showing this because you know how YouTube is. Bunch of freaking commies. Here's a video of her getting taken by Hamas. Just terrible. Just terrible stuff. So thank God you got people going in there and saving them. And here's a little bit of what the actual people on the ground look like, the IDF Special Forces. And these are the hostages that are coming off. Bunch of badasses. Look, you know what? Other than the United States military, I'm telling you what, the Israel forces, the Israelis, those people don't mess with. Israeli forces are some badass MMFers. I gotta be careful. We're on YouTube. I mean, Israeli forces are badass. So good and kudos to Israel. But unfortunately, it is not all good news because we got this dotard old fool as a president. Somebody's pulling the strings of this guy. Joe Biden is doing everything he can to ruin everything. It's unbelievable. This guy is totally screwing our relationship up with Israel. So on Monday, today, the Biden administration will announce again that they're going to undermine the government of Israel as a vote will be taken on its resolution to the United Nations Security Council that would demand Israel immediately implement a ceasefire. You just saw people taking hostages. They massacred 1,700 people. It's not like 9/11 where some a-holes, these terrorists, hijacked some planes and drove them into buildings that caused the death of thousands of people, which is horrific enough. And it's as if a lot of Americans and Joe Biden himself have forgot about it, except Joe Biden actually forgot about it because Joe Biden isn't with us. It's not like somebody flew planes. No, these people went and beheaded people. They raped women and children, like young little girls. They castrated people. I mean, the stuff that they did was horrendous. And Joe Biden's like, yeah, let's have a ceasefire. Really? Because just put the shoe on the other foot and say, hey, you know what? If this happened to us, would you be doing a ceasefire? I don't think so. So the resolution cites the importance of the ongoing diplomatic efforts by Egypt, Qatar, and the United States aimed at reaching a comprehensive ceasefire deal consisting of 3 phases. Now, here's the problem. Israel never accepted the deal. This is happening again. Joe Biden's just negotiating on behalf of Israel, saying, yeah, you know, let's just go forward with this as if Joe Biden's running the show in this whole war against Gaza and the Palestinians, I guess, and Hamas. So Israel never accepted it. And so on social media, quote, Israel has now offered a roadmap to an enduring ceasefire and the release of all the hostages. Yesterday, this proposal was transmitted by Qatar to Hamas. Today, I want to lay out its terms for the world. So Biden posted an infographic that details all these phases, and Benjamin Netanyahu comes out going, what the hell are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about, Joe? No. Israel to continue the war until all of its objectives are achieved, including the destruction of Hamas's military and governing capabilities. The actual proposal, which Joe Biden seems to have forgotten or not included, so headbending, the actual proposal put forward by Israel, including the conditional transition from one phase to the next, allows Israel to uphold these principles. And then 12 hours later, Netanyahu's office issued a second statement that was even more pointed in countering Biden's claims. This is not what you want to see from your allies. This is not what you want to see from your friends. Where they're going, that dude doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. You know, the guy that, you know, is the leader of our country, supposedly and allegedly, you know, the most popular president in American history, which nobody believes. No, Democrats are starting not even to believe that. He said, Israel's conditions for ending the war have not changed. The destruction of Hamas's military and governing capabilities, the freeing of all hostages, and ensuring that Gaza no longer poses a threat to Israel. You're damn right. In the same way, if somebody was at our southern border, like say Mexico, I'm just making a country up, that was causing an absolute threat to our country, probably wouldn't allow it to happen. The problem is, they are allowing it to happen. There's a massive invasion happening at our southern border, which we will get to in just one moment because we got Joe Biden's secret. That is today's big news. We'll get to it in one moment. Joe Biden is secretly doing something, and it's going to piss all of you off. It's insane. If you're enjoying the live show, hit that like and subscribe. Leave us a comment down below. YouTube does want you to see engaging with the channel, which helps us grow here. And folks, you guys are killing it. You guys are killing it. Look at all the people in here. We got a lot of patriots in the live chat. I love y'all. True American patriots. Well, speaking of Israel, You also have these pro-Hamas agitators, protesters, whatever the hell you want to call them, doing this protest outside the White House where they're throwing out like smoke bombs and doing some crazy stuff where they had to get like Capitol Police down there. The Secret Service didn't know what the hell to do. And a man was wearing a Hamas headband. Now remember, we're being told by Democrats and progressive left, these protesters, no, we're not for Hamas, but we kind of are for Hamas. We don't like Hamas, but yet they're gay people in support of Hamas, but Hamas hates them. It's a very weird and awkward situation because these people's head aren't on straight. So a man wearing a Hamas headband, although they're not supporting Hamas, you guys, it's really weird, held up a bloody face mask depicting President Joe Biden. Now look, I don't like Joe, but I also don't want Joe to die because I don't like seeing people die unless they're actual enemies and a threat. Joe Biden's our president. He has a family. He has a wife and all these kids and all these things, granddaughters, all this stuff. Just because I don't like Joe doesn't mean I want to wish any ill will against him. This is crazy. Like if this dude was holding up Trump's head like Kathy Griffiths did, she was a comedian. I think that even should be allowed. I don't like it. I think it's freaking weird as hell, but I think it should be allowed. I don't really like this because this dude supports a terrorist organization and a terrorist supporter is holding up a president's head even though it's fake. But don't worry, you guys. These guys are peaceful. No. They want the best stuff for this country. They love Western values. They love America. They don't. And Joe Biden, the same dude's head that you see there, is supporting the Iranians through humanitarian aid of $10 billion, which is the leading sponsor of terror. I still can't wrap my head around that. And if that is not good enough for you, right? John Kirby was questioned on this going, oh, well, they can't get the funds, right? You all remember this? Oh, well, no, they can't touch it. We get to select on the third-party vendors of who gives humanitarian aid to the Iranians. Now, explain this one then, Joe and John Kirby and Jake Sullivan and Anthony Blinken and everybody in the White House. Why are you giving the Taliban $80 million every month? The same Taliban that we fought like 2 decades of war against? What? Explain that one to me. The same Democrat Party that gave them $1 billion, meaning the Iranians in cash, not even fungible funds when Barack Obama was in office. Explain that one to me. They can't. So these psychos were down there. We got footage, folks. We got everything for you in one moment. So the man and others wearing similar headbands shouted, down, down, occupation, while another man lit an American flag on fire. But I was told they love Western values, you guys. I was told they're all about Western values in our country, and they just want to make it better. No, they don't. And Joe Biden wants these people to come in through the southern border. Joe Biden wants to build these people up. Other agitators in demonstration threw objects at National Park Service rangers shouting, piggy, piggy. And like I mentioned, we got the footage here for y'all. Let me get that park ranger one set up for you. Here's the park ranger where they're throwing stuff at him. But don't worry, it's mostly peaceful, right? This is what the media say. By the way, you see a bunch of vandalism right there, and we'll get to that in just one moment. Like I said, we got a jam-packed episode for you. Here we go.
Who do you protect? Who do you serve? 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 Who do you protect? Fuck you, fascists! 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 Fuck you, fascists!
Isn't that crazy? Look at these idiots back there. Long live the Intifada. It's unbelievable that there's just people they're out there chanting genocide of the Jews. They're going after our park rangers. They're going after our law enforcement. They're sitting there assaulting people on camera, but at the same time going, no, we're peaceful. We just want we just want what's best for people. It floors me. If they think that the Palestinians and Gaza and that whole area and that region is so great, why not go there? You can buy a flight. Look, if you go to all these universities and pay thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars for those schools, you can go there and visit and let me know how that one works out for you. We know why they don't go there. So this is a remarkable thing because they're vandalizing, as you just saw. So here's them vandalizing. And I want to bring a point here in just one moment, but I want to show you the vandalism. This is ridiculous. See the spray paint, and it just gets worse. Nobody's stopping them. Nobody there. I mean, you got the park ranger out later. But what's amazing is that's considered vandalism. But yet when you have people going out on the street, there's no vandalism there. So I want to see if I can find that that one video clip where somebody posted about the pride flag sidewalk and how that was considered vandalism, but yet, you know, when they go and vandalize statues and monuments, that's not anything bad at all. So there's a double standard there. And I'm glad they pointed out. You have N Wokeness here, at least posting about the sidewalk that they repaved and everything. So here's that pride sidewalk where you see those tracks down there. They called that vandalism. So here's this pride street, and somebody drove over it and left skid marks on the ground. As you can see, it looks like there's some spilt drinks. And this was considered hateful. This was considered terrible that people were doing burnouts on the street right here, which who knows if they did it on purpose or not. So that was considered hateful. That was hate speech. That was considered wrong. It was vile. But yet when people sit there and actually go after our monuments, like again you see here in these images, this isn't hateful, you guys. This isn't wrong. Nothing to see here. We should all turn a blind eye to this. Remember, he's the fascist. You just heard them chanting, right? That dude's the fascist. Antifa isn't fascist, right? I talk about Antifa in my book. Antifa is fascist masquerading as anti-fascist. These people are so stupid that they don't even actually know that they are the fascists themselves. It's really a remarkable thing. Again, we shouldn't be surprised. These people are going on college campuses chanting death to the Jews, but yeah, they're saying, oh, well, we don't want genocide. Or they're asking for humanitarian aid on college campuses in these encampments, all the while the people that need the humanitarian aid are supposedly the people that they're supporting. I can't wrap my head around it. These people are idiots. This is where we come to in this country. So this top Biden official, who you've seen in just one moment, I'll even show you where you've seen her. She says that she has no idea the many hours and weeks that they have to dedicate to cleaning up all the veteran memorials, and that basically she's okay with this vandalism. This is a spokesperson for the Biden administration. This is the same lady that you saw just last week, which we'll get to in one moment. Here we go.
Palestinian protesters rallied outside the White House, urging the president to halt military aid to Israel and calling for a ceasefire in Gaza. How are these persistent protests weighing on the campaign?
Well, first of all, President Biden certainly, unlike President Trump, supports the freedom of speech and the freedom of expression. So obviously these protesters are exercising their right, and that is their right to do. That being said, we certainly understand that it's a challenge. President Biden is certainly fighting for every vote. He's not taking anything for granted. But look, this is the freedom that people have. Going back to the message of freedom, they have the right to protest. They have the right to speak their mind.
Thousands of pro-Palestinian.
You guys just saw assaulting a freaking park ranger, vandalizing. They sat there and did full-fledged encampments, taking over places which was unlawful assembly. It's astonishing. This is the same type of stuff that they gaslighted you with when Black Lives Matter was burning down our cities, and you had the MSNBC host going, yeah, it's mostly peaceful, and just nothing but buildings ablaze behind them. Nothing to see here, like we're freaking idiots. The gaslighting's insane. Now, you might go, Brad, this lady looks really familiar. No, she's the same lady that gaslighted you last week when we did a show about how the media is pushing this whole thing that Joe Biden is sharp. And here she is again, Biden's spokeswoman, another mouthpiece like Karine Jean-Pierre, except just as bad, saying that Joe Biden's fine, he's sharp, nothing to see here.
Tell you that he is sharper than ever. And again, I want to go back and really underscore the fact that his record is very strong. He's achieved more as president than at least the past 4 to 5 presidents before him. You cannot get that done.
I'm sorry. I can't. She I didn't listen to the whole thing. I didn't think she would say that. Hold on. Can we play that?
He's achieved more as president than at least the past 4 to 5 presidents before him. You cannot get that done if you don't have all of your faculties about you.
Oh, she couldn't even get out of her mouth. Did you see how she slipped up there? If you couldn't get all your faculties about you, oh, sure. Joe Biden's sharper than ever. He's done more than 4 or 5 sitting presidents. Yeah, maybe in time spent on vacation. Oh, Jesus Christ. That one blew me away. I'm sorry. You got a real-time reaction out of me. I was not expecting that. Because last time when we played that clip, I don't think I played the whole thing. If I did, I wasn't listening to it. Oh, so here's the thing I was looking for. I didn't have it queued up. Here's the hate crime versus the protected speech. Check this out. Don't worry, you guys. Hate crime on the left, protected speech on the right, asking for the genocide of Jews on the right, vandalizing public property, which is going to come out of all our tax dollars. Just lovely. But don't worry, you guys. Joe Biden's sharp. Joe Biden, he says this type of speech is protected. But you sit there on your Razor scooter and, you know, do some wheelies on a freaking pride flag that's freaking painted on our cement, which I don't know why that's not vandalism. You know, that's not okay. But don't worry, you guys. These people chanting death to America, genocide of the Jews, end of Western civilization, end of Western values, that is okay to the Democrat Party. They love it, you guys. They absolutely love it. Now, speaking of some of these people pouring across our southern border that we mentioned previously, Texas here is rolling out a new initiative to catch illegal immigrants accused of violent crimes. Now, Governor Greg Abbott announced this initiative this week. So this is breaking news, with the goal of apprehending illegal immigrants in Texas who've been charged with sex crimes and violent crimes. Weird. Why would illegal immigrants, I mean, you guys are in the live chat with me. I see you, Neil, Miriam, Jerry. I see all of you guys. Patrick, Michelle. We got a whole list of patriots here. Why in God's green earth, if somebody's coming here for a better life and just for work and to feed their family and to flee, according to Kamala Harris, global warming and climate change, why would they be doing sex crimes and violent crimes? That's really weird. I'm kind of blown away here. I'm just relaying what the Democrats told me. Democrats told me all these people are fine. None of them are violent gang members. None of them are part of MS-13. None of them are terrorists. None of them are foreign nationals that are trying to spy on our country. No. Why are there sex crimes and violent crimes being committed by immigrants to the point where Governor Greg Abbott has to put forth a new initiative? You guys are patriots. You're smarter than me. How the hell is this happening? If there's any Democrats that weaseled away in here, we would love to all hear from you in the live chat. Really weird. On Wednesday, Abbott rolled out this 10 most wanted criminal illegal immigrants listed alongside the Texas Department of Public Safety. It's like the FBI's most wanted. Unbelievable. I never thought we'd be here in this country at this moment in time where we have a 10 most wanted criminal list for illegal aliens. Did you guys see it? This is kind of a rant. Did you guys see it? I think it was New York City or Chicago that did a full-fledged protest demanding more things. Did you guys see that footage? A full protest. I'm talking like hundreds of them in the streets with banners and pickets demanding more things. Like, this is where we're at. So through this initiative, cash rewards will be given to anyone who provides law enforcement with information leading to the arrest of illegal immigrants on the list. When President Joe Biden took office, he dismantled every effective border policy his predecessor put in place. That is true. As a result, we have seen record high levels of immigration, and basically they're having a threat to public safety, which is the job of the executive branch to protect and execute the laws in the books for its citizens. But they don't want to do it. Republicans do, as you see here. Republicans want to sit there and put forth initiatives that are going to protect them. And Texas, you guys, honest to God, really, even if you're a Democrat, look at the way Texas is being ran by Governor Greg Abbott. Holy crap, that man has his head on straight. Even if, look, there's always going to be problems. I'm not saying the guy's perfect. This guy has seen millions of people pour into his state. And it's not like they print money. Joe Biden's not giving them any funding, and the dude's handling it. He's freaking handling it. To give you a comparison, Texas has seen millions of people come into their state illegally. Chicago, Philadelphia, New York couldn't even handle like 40,000 to 80,000, and that's being generous, and their infrastructure collapsed. Greg Abbott's handling millions since COVID. He handled like 2 years of illegal aliens in his state. Chicago couldn't do it, collapsed. You had New York, same thing, couldn't do it, collapsed. So with this whole invasion happening, Senator Tom Cotton and Joe Manchin introduced new immigration restrictions. Thank God. And you guys are going to like these. These are good stuff. So 2 senators have rolled out new restrictions that aim to address America's immigration crisis. Now, the new proposal here, let's see if we can get this, we'll leave it like this. The new proposal from Senator Tom Cotton of Arkansas and Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia would restrict different aspects of America's immigration system. Now, this is called the Constitutional Citizenship Clarification Act. And I don't know what you guys think in the live chat here. I'd love to hear from you. So the bill would amend the Immigration and Nationality Act to explicitly state, or right here, explicitly state that children of illegal immigrants whose parents are unlawfully present in the United States of America, the children of foreign diplomats residing in the United States, and children of parents participating in hostile operations against the country are not eligible for birthright citizenship. Quote, there's no constitutional right for illegal aliens to cross the border to gain citizenship for their children. Granting birthright citizenship to illegal aliens has contributed to the highest levels of illegal immigration in history. Fixing this will help reduce the damage from Biden's catastrophic border crisis. I do like this. I think this is great. Will it go through? Not with the Democrat president, that's for damn sure. You also have Senator Marsha Blackburn, who we love here. She's from Tennessee. Ted Cruz, who now I'm a fan of. I'm a full-fledged Cruz fan. I was not in 2016. Lying Ted. Ted, you're such a liar. Look, I didn't have a lot of respect for the guy, but once I got to know him and read his books and just how smart the guy is, absolutely a big Ted Cruz fan. And then J.D. Vance of Ohio have signed on as co-sponsors of the bill. You know that there's going to be fights about this. You know that Democrats aren't going to like it. And speaking of Democrats not liking it, there's another Democrat here, Mayorkas, the liar, the manipulator, the Bretts magnet, the Bretts. I can actually reverse that, but that was a little bit of Joe Biden pun. Mayorkas slammed here during an interview over his border failures. Very hard to call that a success. So this nut job, this psycho, guy that's ruined this country in conjunction with Joe Biden, Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, the dude that doesn't even know where the terrorists are at in this country, but knows that they're here. During an interview over the weekend, when pressed about the Biden administration's repeated failures to secure the U.S. border. So he struggled with this. Why he struggled with it, I don't know. But let's watch the man himself struggle with a simple question, just like his boss, regarding illegal immigration.
It's been in place for 5 days now. What has the impact been? How many migrants have been turned away between those ports of entry?
Martha, we're at a very early stage. Implementation, as you noted, has just begun. Our intent is to really change the risk calculus of individuals before they leave their countries of origin and incentivize them to use the lawful pathways that we have made available to them and keep them out of the hands of exploitative smugglers. It's early. The signs are positive. Our personnel have done an extraordinary job in implementing a very big shift in how we operate on the southern border.
This has been in place.
Michelle brings up a great point. The dude can't cite where hundreds of thousands of missing children went, doesn't know where the terrorists are, doesn't know where the violent gang members went, doesn't know anything. But this dude, remember when he had the cojones to go up there in front of Congress and Jim Jordan and say that the border was secure, everything's fine, nothing to see here, we got it under control? Oh, but it's too early to tell that this stuff's going to improve. These are the same people that told us immigration was down like 70% or some bullshit number. This dude, the Border Patrol had to twist this guy's arm to admit the fact that he was allowing over 85% of these people at the southern border that are being apprehended into the interior of the country. By the way, that was like a lowball number. It could have been, and I said this, either 100% or 99%. This dude is such a freaking liar. This is like as bad as Adam Schiff lying. Truly remarkable stuff. So these people are invading our country and they're saying that they love Biden. Biden, help us. So here's this news short here regarding this. It's unbelievable.
San Diego Metropolitan, and all weekend long, our crews have seen a consistent flow of illegal immigration here into this area. And just a few days ago, President Biden addressed the nation, promising that he would end the flow of illegal migration into the country, and those who try will be punished. However, a new memo obtained by Fox News indicates that the order being given to Border Patrol agents here on the ground is contradictory to what President Biden promised the nation. The memo instructs agents to continue mass release releasing single adult migrants into the United States from all but 6 countries in the Eastern Hemisphere. Those countries are Russia, Georgia, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Moldova, and Kyrgyzstan, meaning all the migrants we are seeing in real time coming from China, Egypt, countries in Africa, they are being released. The internal memo reads in part, Border Patrol agents are ordered to refer to ICE single adults from hard or very hard to remove countries. Those are the 6. All other migrants are processed and released with a notice to appear on their own recognizance. And we've been talking to migrants from all over the world arriving here into the San Diego sector. I talked to one man from Turkey. Here's what he had to say. What do you think of President Biden?
Biden, I love Biden.
Why do you love Biden?
Because Biden, we love.
Why do you love him?
Biden help us.
Biden helps us. Biden takes care of us. He feeds us. Jesus Christ. You know what? We're doing it again. No, we're going back to it. This is what Democrats want, you guys. This is what Democrats want. Unbelievable. And that gets us to our lead story of the day, where Joe Biden is circumventing what he said. Joe Biden is pulling his charades. He's secretly doing something, you guys. Are you sitting down? Are you ready? Joe Biden has instructed secretly his U.S. Border Patrol agents to release illegal aliens into the U.S. from all but 6 of more than 100 countries that you just heard. But he's keeping it under wraps. Unbelievable. You can't make this up. Blatantly just trying to hide shit from the American people. But don't worry. Remember, on day one, they were touting from Jen Psaki, the predecessor of Karine Jean-Pierre, the White House press secretary, we're going to be the most transparent administration that's ever existed. In the same way that Joe Biden allegedly, like you saw from this other spokeswoman like 5 minutes ago, that Joe Biden's done more things than 5 sitting presidents. Still can't remember. That's so astonishing. That's just as astonishing as Joe Biden taking photos of people at events that were never there in the first place. I mean, Joe Biden hit a golf ball backwards, which I've never witnessed in my life. That is a real thing. People think I'm joking when I say that. Joe Biden literally hit a golf ball backwards. Okay? That tells you everything you need to know. This guy is allowing still people to pour across our borders while at the same time saying that's not happening. We got this executive action in place, blah, blah, blah. So the Washington Examiner has obtained a memo, like they got the receipts, from Border Patrol agents who were given by Biden officials, which comes immediately after Biden signed a weak executive order in immigration last week that he claimed would shut down the border if it became overwhelmed, even though he had previously said he couldn't do it. What happened, Joe? What happened? This was a fight that you had with Peter Doocy and Jackie Heinrich of Fox News in the White House press briefings for 4 years. 4 years. And you said, I can't do anything, can't use executive action. We want to go the legislative route. Let's blame Republicans. So all of a sudden, just now he has the authority. Don't know where it came from. Joe couldn't tell you. So numerous officials, elected leaders, and security experts have warned that Biden's executive order solves nothing. And it's a little more than window dressing. That is correct. So these instructions that was given to Border Patrol contradicts senior Biden administration officials told reporters in a call literally last Tuesday, and would be the case for migrants from the Eastern Hemisphere. So the report quoted that Biden officials said extra hemispheric migrants have always been a challenge. They will be subject to these rules provisions. We've also been working with governments all over the world to enhance our ability to basically have these countries bring in illegal aliens. So this is where they're coming from. You just saw India, China, Uzbekistan, and other places, like you saw in the video, just pouring across our border. Just lovely. No idea who they are. We'll give you court dates, 10 years in the future. Not a big deal. And like I said, these people are spies. We don't know who they are. Some of them are terrorists. Some of them are maybe good people that just want a better life. But this is what's going on. Joe Biden's lying. Joe Biden is lying. And it's unbelievable stuff here. And the Democrats want 4 more years of it, folks. Again, we are live. If you're enjoying the show, we are not done yet. Don't go anywhere. If you're enjoying the show, hit that like and subscribe button. Leave us a comment down below. It could be anything. YouTube wants to see us engaging with the channel. Yes, we're in the live chat, which is greatly appreciated. I can see everybody there. Again, I can see Patrick, Cece. I can see Paul. I see Kathy. Good morning, sister. I can see all of you. But the comment section is where it's happening at as well. Would love your support by hitting that like button. The more likes, the more people will find our show. And also, again, we have a book, Trojan Horse, How the Left is Destroying America. Get yourself a copy today. And if you didn't see yesterday's episode, we were at a patriotic store in Seal Beach, California, doing a book signing stuff. Head over there. The video was yesterday. Please check that out. You guys are true American patriots. Goddamn, look at us, man. We're killing it in the live chat. This is what I love here. Me reading, I'm trying my best, you guys. I don't know if you noticed. I've been trying not to look at it too much because I find you guys hilarious. It's going to throw me off. Because then you guys like suck me in. You know what I mean? You suck me into the live chat because you're hilarious. And like Pat earlier, I was good. I didn't show a facial expression. Pat said DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas looked like a thumb. Okay, I saw it. Oh, God, you guys are too much. Well, in other news here, we have video footage, and we actually showed this before, but this is more up to date from Libs at TikTok, that shows what I think this is Boston Airport. These are all illegal immigrants, you guys. This is what they're doing with these people. They have nowhere to put them. And so where do they put them? In our airports. This is where people are staying now. Isn't it just lovely? So now they're just sitting there in the airports. It's like that one movie with Tom Hanks where that guy spent like a decade inside the airport. I forgot the name of that movie. But this is now a sanctuary city. Boston turned Democrat sanctuary city, right to shelter law. So isn't that just lovely? Isn't that just lovely? Democrats want 4 more years of this, you guys. They want 4 more years of this stuff. Can anybody wrap their head around this for me? Really? I've been trying to solve this problem probably for 20 years now. Democrats say they hate crime, all these things, right? Homeless, all the encampments, the drugs, all this stuff. But yet they keep voting in people that do the exact same thing that they hate. I don't get it. I really don't. I've always said if a Republican kept driving something into the ground like a city or a state, I wouldn't vote for him again. I would at least take a shot with the Democrat. I know that sounds crazy, but if for decades upon decades, Republicans were just reaming it into the ground, you think that I would continue to vote for that? Holy Lordy. Well, other things are going to piss you off. Biden apologizes to Zelensky. Yeah, Joe Biden's so freaking weak. Joe Biden sat down with the Ukrainian president, Vladimir Zelensky, in France on Friday and publicly apologized. This is such a callback from Barack Obama doing the same thing. We're so sorry. No, we're not. And he apologized for the delay in U.S. military assistance to European nation as its war with Russia continues. Why are we sitting there bending the knee to everybody? I've been asking this question for 3 years at least doing the show. Why are we sitting there apologizing for, hey, you know what? We're $35 trillion in debt, dude. Don't have the money, but Democrats and Republicans thought it would be a good idea to send you a lot more money that we don't have. I need to emphasize this. We don't have this money. The money that we're sending them, the $40 billion or however how much we sent them, which is way more than that, we don't have it. So let's say it's $40 billion. No, it's not. We took it out. It's a loan. Yeah, there's interest on that. Oh, yeah. We don't have any of this money. That $10 billion we sent to the Iranians? No, we don't have that money either, you guys. Oh, yeah, it's on loan. So it's not $10 billion. Check out the interest on that in however long. Yeah, we're totally being reamed right now. All the while, our infrastructure sucks. Every other country's subway system looks great, but New York City looks like dog shit. Yeah, no, this is really good here. But don't worry, we have a president that sits there and apologizes that we couldn't get money that we don't have to another nation. Just sick. By the way, still have yet to see a lot of these Ukrainians coming out on social media and going, hey, we love the support you're giving us. We love it. Unbelievable. So Biden's apology came following events for the 80th anniversary of D-Day in Normandy, as Zelensky urged all Americans to support his country's fight against Russia regardless of political affiliation. After the events of D-Day, this dude has the cojones to bring up support for his country. By the way, Ukraine is not going to win. The Ukrainians know this. People that have family in Ukraine that live here in the United States even know this. There's no way in hell the Ukrainians are going to win against Russia. There's just it's only a delayed thing. So we're just spending money on something that's inevitable of happening. I don't want it to happen. I think Ukraine should be sovereign. I think they should have their own route to sovereignty and freedom. But let's be real, it's not going to happen. It's very important that in this unity, United States of America, all Americans stay with Ukraine like it was during World War II. How the United States helped to save human lives, to save Europe, and we count on you to continue support and standing with us shoulder to shoulder. Well, we're not really standing with you shoulder to shoulder. And by the way, we went into World War II because of what Japanese did to us in Pearl Harbor. That kind of escalated things, even though Winston Churchill was basically begging us to come into the war for a long ass time. So we're not shoulder to shoulder with you. We're just giving you munitions, which I guess have been used against Russia, which pissed off Vladimir Putin. So you also have this VP news coming out. That was a hard transition. Let me take a swig of my coffee here, folks. If you haven't got a Bald Brad Show mug, what are you doing? We drink out of it every morning here. I got to wet my whistle a little bit. Oh, look at all these patriots in here, folks. Michelle, Lisa, Pat. I see all you. Mike, Jerry. Gotta love Jerry. Jerry's been a long-time supporter. So is Michelle. So is Neil. Well, Byron Donalds is on the VP list, I guess. And this is really ramping up. So we got a lot of people that are prospects. And I want to know what you guys think, because I got one in mind that I would like to see. And I've talked about it here on the show before. But Republican Congressman Byron Donalds, said it would be a great honor if former President Donald Trump were to ask him to be his running mate for 2024, saying that ultimate goal is for Trump to win, and he'll do whatever he's asked to help him do that. Like, I like Byron. I got no qualms with Byron whatsoever, but I don't think he should be Donald Trump's VP pick. Now, again, he said it'd be a great honor, yada, yada, yada. But there's another pick here, which I thought was kind of surprising. Either I was under a rock or this has been happening for a while, but Tom Cotton is rising as a top contender, allegedly, in Trump's vice presidential search. Let me know in the comments section and the live chat, who do you guys want as Trump's VP? We're going to do a poll here. Throw up in there. Do you think it's well, don't throw up, right? But throw it up in there. You know what I mean? Do you think it should be Byron, Tom Cotton, Tucker Carlson, Vivek, hell, I don't know, Ted Cruz? I'm throwing names out there. Let me know who you think that you would like to see as Trump's VP pick. We should find out in the coming months here. There you go. Okay, Elise Stefaniak, I like that. As you guys are throwing them in there, I'm going to continue with this article here. Tom Cotton appears to be rising in former President Donald Trump's search for who will be his vice presidential running mate during this fall election. I like Tom Cotton. He's great. J.D. Vance, okay. Cotton was not included in an ABC News report earlier this week that listed those who the Trump campaign reached out for the information. Now, what's interesting here is just the other week, Trump had a bunch of politicians on stage, and he did say that one of those people is his VP pick. Tom Cotton, from my understanding and from my memory, was not on that stage. So I don't know if this is just hype. I don't know if like people are just, trying to roll with this news story to kind of keep it going because it's big news on who Trump will be running with. Senator Cotton stands out among other candidates as a battle-tested, serious-minded lawmaker with exceptional fundraising skills. And not just that, he's very good at debating. He's very good at talking. And I think he is a good pick, but not the pick that I want. Somebody said Mark Robinson is also great. Tom is a good guy, really. Now, here's who I think. I think this should be it. I think Vivek Ramaswamy should be Donald Trump's VP pick. I mean, he is like the number one guy that could take Trump's message and repackage it and debate people on it and really take it to another level, where Donald Trump's great at speaking in simplified terms that can reach a broader audience, and Vivek can go in there and take that simplified message and expand upon it in basically all these different avenues and really weave it in to a pro-America, make America great again movement, as well as narrative. And I think that's what we need as this country, is a VP pick that can go out there and say things on behalf of Donald Trump and his message that's ultimately going to make Trump look good. The reason why I say that is, look, I'm voting for Donald Trump. This will be the third time I'm voting for the guy. I am a fan. I can't say that enough. You guys see the Patriot, right? We all agree Donald Trump has said stupid things and done stupid things in his life. Look, he's a billionaire. I don't blame the guy for it. We all make stupid mistakes. Look, I ain't perfect. I am not holier than thou. I got my own sins, my own problems. I ain't better than anybody. I'm not even better than a Democrat, okay? I am not that great of a person, but I'll tell you what, Donald Trump has said some stupid things. Sometimes I just want the guy to shut up. Okay, I find it hilarious, but he puts his own foot in his mouth to where I think if he just keeps doing his messaging that he's doing now, he's pretty quiet. Granted, he has a gag order and all these things. If he's quiet, goes on stage, says what he needs to, emphasizes what he did well, hounds Joe Biden. The dude has a shoe and win. The guy can win. He doesn't need to keep saying certain things. And I think if he has a VP pick when he's president, I think he'll do him a massive service to get Vivek up there. Awesome candidate. I hope Vivek gets it. Well, now we got a bunch of just sporadic news here to kind of round off the day. Trump raises $12 million. So Trump was in kind of my hometown, not my hometown, but very close. He was in Newport Beach, California this weekend. Everything was shut down. Massive Trump caravans, you guys, like miles long. There was freaking boat parades with Trump flags. It was insane weekend. So Trump raises $12 million during a fundraiser in San Francisco. He was going up and down this whole week in California. The fundraiser was at Pacific Heights home at venture capitalist David Sachs, who hosted the fundraiser alongside venture capitalist, I can't even, what did you say that? Chomath, whatever the hell that is. So Sachs and this individual are hosts, and it ranged between $50,000 to $500,000. The dude is raking in the dough. Right after his guilty verdict, if that's what you want to call it, I don't think he's guilty. Dude raised over I almost said 400,000. This is how insane these numbers are. $400 million. I mean, is it possible that in the next few months, if something were to happen, that Donald Trump could easily raise $1 billion? Like, is that something that's feasible? Has that ever? I don't know if that's even ever happened. This guy's insane in a good way. So he's raising more money, and but you guys, this is in San Francisco. This isn't like some red area. You know what I mean? This is it's like as blue as it gets. These are where the psychos are at. They all know what's going on. Look, if they're willing to go after Donald Trump, yes, they're willing to go after you, but they're also willing to go after all these tech entrepreneurs. Well, speaking of other psychos, James Clapper, this is the former National Intelligence Director, had a short reply when he was asked by Fox News if he regretted signing the intelligence officials letter in 2020 that labeled the Hunter Biden laptop story Russian disinformation. Now, do you think this guy goes, you know what? I regret it. It was a bad idea. You know, I should have went with the real truth and not the misinformation. Or do you sit there and say, he goes, I don't really care. Don't give a shit. Allow Joe Biden to win the election. What do you guys think? I think I know your answers. Because Clapper, if you recall, alongside 50 other former senior intelligence officials, signed this letter back in October 2020, right? And that was just weeks before the presidential election. And we know that if this was found out to be true to the American people, they would have swung at least in another direction. Doesn't mean they're going to vote for Joe Biden, but 17% would have swung away from Joe Biden and voted for whoever, maybe Donald Trump or somebody else, who knows. And you would have a different president sitting in office right now. So since that letter, Hunter Biden's laptop's been confirmed, which, remember, we were all conspiracy theorists regarding this, you guys. If we said anything about this, do you recall? If you said anything about this laptop, you were cited as Russian disinformation, Russian misinformation. You were just a Russian propagandist. You were a fascist, all these things, and you were deplatformed from social media. You were banned, silenced, and censored from social media for talking about the Hunter Biden laptop and how it was real. Remember, we had 20 minutes of footage of nonstop cuts of news outlets saying this was fake. It was Russian misinformation, Russian disinformation. And it's amazing how it comes out to be true, right? In the same way, hey, the jab, the vaccine's still going to allow you to get COVID and give it to other people. No, that's not true. That's misinformation. Follow the data. Follow the science. You're going to kill people. Remember all these people, these news outlets, and these psychos, and it turns out that we were right. We weren't conspiracy theorists at all, that we're actually telling the truth. Truly astonishing stuff. So he sat there and actually answered it. He said Clapper and dozens of other former intelligence officials wrote the Hunter Biden laptop story, blah, blah, blah. I want to get to his response. Where the hell is it here? His response was that basically he didn't care. I can't find it in this article. I read it earlier. Here it is. When Clapper was asked if he regretted adding his name to the intelligence official's letter, he simply said no. He didn't care. Why would he? Why would he sit there and admit his mistake? He got Joe Biden elected. He did his job. That was the whole purpose of it. It wasn't the fact of it being true or not true. No. It was all propaganda. It was a movement of actual misinformation. They knew it was real. They had intelligence it was real. The FBI knew about it, and they sat there and covered it up. We know what their objective was here. They knew if that would have come out, it'd be similar to Hillary Clinton with former FBI Director Comey talking about how, well, she didn't break the law, but she did break the law, and we're not going to prosecute her right before the election in 2016. He thought that this would happen again in 2020, so they suppressed it. And anybody that would talk about it, they wanted to suppress as well and get rid of on social media because they didn't want truth out there to the American people. Now, in other news, you got San Francisco. You guys ready for this one? California's my home state. I'm like in the trenches, you know, fighting against these libs and these psycho progressive lefties. You guys see the title? I told you they're already giving them drugs. Well, they're not just giving them drugs, you guys. They're spending millions for vodka and beer for homeless alcoholics. Yes, you are reading. This is real. This is not satire. This is real. They're spending around $5 million a year to give vodka shots and glasses of beer to homeless people with severe alcoholic addiction. These are Democrats that are doing this. These are not conservatives or Republicans. You couldn't make this up. In an effort to cut down on calls to police and hospital stays. Holy shit. Yes, Pat, it's insane. Yes, Michelle Faceslap. They have actual areas designated in California where they'll give people syringes, and there was conversation about giving them drugs as well to do in broad daylight, so they didn't do it everywhere else in front of like schools and everything. That's what Democrats vote for. Do we need to play the Biden video 4 more years? Democrats love this. I believe this is LA never used to look like this, you guys. This is what LA looks like. The city's managed alcohol program is what it's called. Started during COVID pandemic, but came under fire earlier this week after Adam Nathan, the chair of the Salvation Army San Francisco Advisory Board, posted a thread on X saying that he stumbled upon the building where they have this program. Look at this. Did you know San Francisco spends $2 million a year on a managed alcohol program? It provides free alcohol to people struggling with chronic alcoholism. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's so preposterous. Like, no joke. You'd say 10 years ago, maybe 15, if you would have saw somebody post this, it'd be satirical, right? Like, there's no way in hell we would think it's real. Nope, it's real. $2 million a year. In the same way that when I heard that Joe Biden was getting the Taliban $40 million every 2 weeks, I was like, there's no way in hell. There's just no way in hell. Sure enough, you do more research. Nope, it's real. In the same way, oh, really? They're giving alcoholics beer and vodka shots. No way in hell. Nope, they are. In the same way that Democrats are giving illegal immigrants $48,000 or some shit like that. You're like, no way in hell. Nope, it's real. It's just like, I think it's a good idea. So they're prescribing them limited quantities of alcohol. The model aims to prevent potential life-threatening effects. Jesus. Life-threatening effects of alcohol withdrawal, such as seizure and injuries. Oh, good. Just feeding their addictions. Look, I told you it's real. Other harmful reduction programs run by the city for drug addicts have been criticized, so they are giving them drugs too. Holy shit. Leave it up to Democrats to do some preposterous stuff. Well, folks, there you have it. That is the show for today. I hope you enjoyed it. We went over an hour. We did our live show. We kept our promise and commitment. We will be back here tomorrow with another live show at 7 a.m. Hopefully you guys can join us. Hopefully you enjoyed these live shows. If you did, let me know what you think about it in the comment section. If there's any stories you want me to cover, any philosophy or anything deeper, let me know. Would love to service all of you. You are true American patriots. Again, check out that Seal Beach store that has liberals coming in that are getting triggered for their pro-Trump stuff. It's absolutely phenomenal. We did the video on it yesterday. The link to their website is beachinsealbeach.com. Again, check out yesterday's video. They're going viral on social media for their stuff. Support them. They have an online store, you guys. They're just two patriots. They run the whole damn thing themselves. Their name is Frank and Jen. They are an amazing couple. I talked to them for 30 minutes. I would have loved to stay longer. They're willing to put my book on display in their shop. It's just them two, and they're doing amazing stuff. Support them, guys. They are a small business. You know what I mean? They are a small business right there in Seal Beach. If you're in Southern California, make the drive. Show them some love. Say you're from the Bald Brad Show. They know who we are. They commented on our video yesterday. We couldn't be more excited to help support them and grow them as a small business. With that being said, hit that like and subscribe button. We have a membership tab, 99 cents a month. You can become a member today. We'd love your support. All the money goes back to advertising and building the show. And folks, I will see you later here on The Will Brad Show.